Hi, this is Irene, and today I'm going to answer Dan's question. It's mini quiz 14-2, question number 4. The validation code is entered in the blank block in a property procedure. A, assign, B, get, C, set, D, validate. And I know from our reading beginning on page 702, it talks about private variables and public property procedures. And so when we create a class, it is best practice to create private variables within that class. And then since private variables can't be accessed directly from outside that class, the way that we do access them is with public property procedures that have a get block and a set block, and that is all. And so looking at my question, A, assign, and D, validate are both not blocks in a property procedure, so I can eliminate A and D. And so I'm left with get or set, which are both blocks in a property procedure. And so get is how you get the value of the variable. And so that is not effective for putting validation in. Instead, let's look at the set block. And so for a set block, you are getting to set the value of your private variable. And so if you're getting ready to assign a brand new value to your variable, that is where validation can come in handy. So let's do a quick check, making sure it is a valid number before you do the, before you do the assignment statement in the set block. So the answer here is C, set. And as an example, I have brought up the rectangle class in the Kessler project, which is the programming example at the back of chapter 14. I believe it starts on page 728. And the rectangle class has two private variables, and they use the naming convention of having an underscore as the first character. And so private underscore length is a double and private underscore width is a double. And the way that you access these private variables from outside the class is using the length property to access the underscore length private variable and the width property for accessing the width private variable. And so if you want to get the value, the getter block just simply returns the underscore length or underscore width, right there. And if you want to set the value without validation, this is what you would do, is simply set value as a double, and you would assign that value to the length private variable, or for the width private variable, very similar. You'd set that value to the width private variable. But if you'd like to do validation, you do it in your set block. And so here for the Kessler project, they are laying sod. And so the length and width variables need to be positive values. And so if a value is greater than 0, then yes, go ahead and assign that value to your length private variable. However, if the value was not greater than 0, if you got a negative number, then simply assign the value 0 to the length private variable. And down here in the width setter method, they do the same thing. They just do the little simple validation, checking to make sure that the value is positive before assigning the value to the width private variable. Thank you very much. Bye.